Exclamation, everybody, and welcome back to Orwell. So, episode 5 is coming out, the final episode, which will cover day 5 of our journey here to try to find out who is bombing the crap out of this fictional place and why. So, the running theory now is that Harrison is somehow doing this, Harrison O'Donnell. That's in my brain anyway, but hard to tell because we know that Initiate at the very end there was part of a hacker group who has compromised Symes, our man on the inside, and exposed his personal information. Harrison went and put all that up on the web. So now we're going to see what the fallout of this is. We still need to find out who is Initiate and what is it just another alias of Harrison O'Donnell, or is it somebody else that we haven't met yet? And also there seems to be some rumblings and grumblings under the covers here that perhaps it will the government is behind it, so they can press for more privacy invasions or whatever. But there we go, because we were just talk of Demiurge from Juliet, who works at Rosen Tech. But anyway, let's move on to next day. Episode 5, Under the Spreading Chestnut Tree. Good morning, investigator. Oh, this is Catherine. Catherine D is here. So do you have the most powerful investigative tool at your disposal? I suspect you already know who I am. You, on the other hand, have been mediocre so far. You cannot save the Circle Mall, but at least got the prime suspect. You will do better. I will be your new advisor on this case. This has become far too important to leave the case to the advisor with an exposed identity. Symes is well, but no longer fit to work on Orwell. Moving forward, we will not speak about him again. As far as you're concerned, he never existed. With yesterday's so-called revelation about Orwell sympathizers, this terrorist group has taken to the streets. We need to show all of the nation Orwell is keeping them safe. We won't allow some fools to trample on everything we have achieved. We must get rid of the imposter pretending to be Abraham Goldfells. Find out who did it and where they are hiding. Okay. Well, she's going to be pleasant to work with, isn't she? Alright, what's the reader got for us? Always start at the top with the headlines. And the listener apparently is kicking off. House of exposed government employee vandalized. Really, NVIDIA, you're gonna kill me with this freaking game ready driver available crap. Go away. Alright. House of exposed government employee vandalized. House of government employee vandalized after his private address got exposed. This was Symes' house, huh? Oh boy. Farview. A quiet house in Farview was ravaged by vandalism overnight as raging protesters took up arms and tried to invade the home of government employee Benjamin C. and his fiancée. Colored bombs and spray paint were used to deface the outer walls of the estate, along with the owner's car, which was left in the driveway. The garden was trampled and several windows of the home were left shattered. Benjamin C. and his fiancée were not home during the attack, which was called in by several of their neighbors during the early hours of the morning. Just before the incident, Benjamin C. had been doxxed, a practice where online groups leak personal information on the internet with malicious intent. The activist group thought when they claimed he was linked to a new government initiative. The project, now known as Orwell, allegedly will be used to install mass surveillance on all citizens in the nation at this time. It remains unclear whether anti-governmental protesters connected to the project's reveal are involved in the crime. Well, that sucks. Anti-Orwell protesters gather at Freedom Memorial remains. As thought activists unveil government surveillance system Orwell, supporters gather at former Freedom Memorial. Government stays silent. Bonton. Once again, Freedom Plaza has become the center of attention. With over a dozen citizens protesting at the ravaged Freedom Memorial on Sunday evening, the cause of the protest is the recent unveiling of Orwell, a mass surveillance program issued in secret by the government. The information was leaked by the activist group Thoughts, the same group that was brought to public attention as the alleged culprits of the Bonton bombings. The group claimed in a recent blog post that they had proof that the government has plans to use the system to put the population of the nation under mass surveillance. We have reached out to the government for a statement about the Orwell project, but at the time of publication we had not received a reply. More on this story as it unfolds. Negotiations in Triflith renewed. Have been restructured, leaving experts baffled. What? Under the lead of Prime Minister Blaine, negotiations about structured re-elections with the opposition have been resumed, leaving experts baffled. Triflith, the Pargesian President Cassandra has given the green light to resume negotiations about a re-election. This is the result came from only one day of Prime Minister Blaine's visit to Triflith, and it is widely interpreted as a beacon of hope for the crisis-riddled region. Under supervision of the Prime Minister, Cassandra and members of the opposition gathered at the round table in the Pargesian Presidential Palace after the talks had been discontinued last week. Experts who had mostly predicted long and difficult talks are surprised by a sudden change of mind by Cassandra due to the Prime Minister's intervention. Meanwhile, the riots in Triflith went on, but decreased in intensity significantly as many followers of the opposition called off their planned actions at the news of the round table gathering. Huh. Interesting. There are forces at work here to behind the scenes that we are apparently helping through the use of this Orwell thing. Let's look at the listener here. We got a couple emails. An email between Joseph Langley and Harrison O'Donnell. Subject: thought must gather once again. From Gunther Ahrens to Cassandra Watergate, Joseph Langley, Juliet Carrington, and Harrison O'Donnell, and CC Nina MATERNOVA. Why is there another comma here? Alright. So, thoughts must gather once again. Members of Thought, my dear friends, as you all have experienced already, we are being besieged by the government. They have denounced us, called us terrorists, and turned the public against us. This will stop today. Their days are about to come to an end. I have a plan, but for this to work out, we must meet like we did in the old days, when we had our meetings in Cafe Chestnut. We will have a conference call at 4 p.m. sharp, because I am well aware that a meeting in person won't work out for us. You need not fear surveillance, all has been taken care of. I will contact you, get in a safe position, be ready. Abraham Goldfels. Well, that's interesting. And he's using his real name, Gunther Ahrens, somehow. So someone knows his actual name and his actual picture, which it's funny that it's this picture here, which is the one that I put into Orwell. So obviously someone from the government who has access to Orwell is sending these messages out to try to do this, because it's very peculiar that they would use this picture, which matches the one that I pulled in. But let's pull this over. A gathering. We know Abraham Goldfels is dead. Someone must be impersonating him. This is as clear as crystal. We must act swiftly and collect as much evidence as possible before this gathering commences. Thought is certainly up to no good. As you know, processing data chunks is time consuming. I would say we have time for roughly 20 data chunks. Be considerate. Oh, really? I have a time limit of 20 data chunks? Well, that's going to be a thing. Okay. It's an interesting way of doing it. So, Joseph Langley, he's got the same email. Oh yeah, because he was on the 2. What else? Got this one, same thing. This email went out to everybody. Must gather once again. And then there's a reply. I am sorry. From Gunther to Nina. Nina, I am truly sorry for having drawn the investigators' attention to you, but frankly, you overstepped the boundaries of our agreement. The bombs were meant as a warning to those who are indifferent, a beacon of remembrance to our message that the thoughts must always be free. They were not meant to kill. Once again, you disappoint me with your insurmountable hatred and rage. Consider our agreement void. Okay, I've already read this one. So that was the one that kind of tipped us off that someone was using his email. Subject is ghosting for Harrison O'Donnell. From Marcia to Harrison O'Donnell. Subject ghosting. You must think I'm stupid. First, you don't tell me where you're going because you need to ghost. Then hours later, you don't answer your phone. So I called Pers asking for you, and she told me you were at Cyber Cafe Chestnut yesterday evening. Said you stormed in and furiously wrote something on your PC. Probably this outrageous blog post the news speaks of. Then stormed back out the door. Only to meet whom? Juliet? Meaning you're back in action with this shitty group? And her? I cannot fucking believe it. And now I'm trying emails so you can't dodge me any longer. You and me, we're done. I mean it. It's from Marcia. Marcia, man, she's all up in arms about stuff. Well, I don't. So we know that Harrison was at the Cyber Cafe Chestnut on Sunday evening. So whoop-de-doo, because there was a thought gathering, right? Well, that was a conference call. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Insider reader. I guess I have to upload that one because that's the only thing that's going to push this along. Is that what they're saying? Let's see. I guess that's what I gotta do. So let's do that. And let's go to Harrison's profile. And put this over there. Unrelated document. Okay. This is where Harrison O'Donnell did his dirty work, probably thinking we would not be able to track him down. We will track him down. Oh man, this woman. I've gone through the information we have on the remaining suspects regarding the impersonation of Abraham Goldfels. He predicted the bombings. This alone makes him suspicious. We have no idea why he hid the posts on the Thought blog in his timeline. Yet we are yet to clarify why he would be frequenting a drugstore so often. Survival supplies, perhaps? Why would he have 2 health insurances? It is apparent that Harrison O'Donnell might well be part of the Bonton bombings. He's probably the one impersonating Goldfels. I want you to prove this and lock him away for good. Well, yeah, I mean, thanks for catching up with me, lady. Jeez. I've already been through that. Cyber Cafe Chestnut Lobby. Lobby high scores. Hello world. This is just, okay, so lobby. High scores. What's the primary goal? To win the game. We award scores for the time spent in our cafe, donating stuff or contributing to the cause by any other means. Dank Frank, Hancock, Robot Lady, Multivac, Jagged Y, The Nets, Devnull, Heller Fett, Merv, and Honeypots. Huh. So who the hell is Dank Frank? Because he's got Boku points. Boku points. Alright, hosts. Meet your hosts. Leonore, aka Persephone, founder and boss of the bunch. Ahmed, aka Rattlesnake, Superman and all-around super guy. Marcia. Here's Marcia, aka Wicked Witch. She keeps the drinks rolling and the bits flowing. Honorable host. Oh, here we go. Harrison, aka Hancock, former admin, and Handsome, former admin. Okay, so Hancock. Load user Hancock, real name Harrison, contribution points, blah, blah, blah. Donated 50 The National Beholder mouse pads. And there's his device. Well, interesting. Okay, well, that will help us a bit, I would say. Okay, so what else? Should I grab the other thing? He was a former admin, which will be useful, but I don't know if that's going to unlock more stuff or not. So let's look at his computer first. Oh, okay. The cache. He's got interesting desktop here. He's looked for a person named Benjamin Costigan. And he asked where his phone is. Oh, so we can get his phone. That'll be interesting. We can tap that. Grab that. And then what is the... Search for Benjamin Costigan. Benjamin Costigan. I feel like that's going to be important. But I'm not sure yet. So let's hold on to that because I don't want to use up all my data chunk uploads yet. Personal. Your Life Trust invoice, March 2017. Dear Mr. O'Donnell, please find your invoice for our services below. $454.30 for Life Trust Flex Insurance, March. The total is going to be subtracted automatically from your stored bank account within the next 2 days. Thank you for trusting in Life Trust. So he's buying health insurance or life insurance? Okay. Your Life Trust invoice, March 2017. Why is there 2 of them here? Family Plus insurance. Ooh. Why? So he's got 2 life insurance plans? And special health insurance covering family members. Oh, it's health insurance. Interesting. Okay. Message for the Great Hancock. From Juliet's. Hey, you! I just wanted to thank you for your support of my blog post for the thought. I have the feeling that Nina does not really like me. I hope I didn't do anything wrong. Frankly, she scares me a bit. You know, I don't want to occupy her spot in thought. If you do want to, we could meet tomorrow at Cafe Chestnut and talk about our great success as delegate. The next best thing. Everything besides Nina. I mean, I study at the campus. You work there, so we're neighbors anyway. Are you in? Juliet, a.k.a. Dixon. So we have an alias on her now. I love you, Hancock. Rebel Punk God. I love you... Who? Lily? Jesus, how many freaking girls does this guy have in his back pocket? Holy crap. Yeah, I gotta get some of this guy's play. Jesus. Alright, what's the listener popped up here? Juliet, chat. Alright, what's going on, Harrison? You're chatting with Juliet. Where the hell are you? Why did you leave Abe's? Our plan was to hide somewhere until we're no longer public enemy number 1. Yeah, that was before I found out what you did. Okay, now what is he doing? You exposed a government employee. Take a close look at what happened. They're after us now for sure. Was that necessary? Man. Look at the TNB. We have developed a following. If they prosecute us now, there will be a public outcry. That's what you think. This tiny crowd with their boundaries won't stop a thing. We'll be gone forever once they get us. This is why I had to leave. Did you get Abraham's email? Yeah, that was crazy. I know. All of a sudden, he is back. And he has a plan? I can't believe it. Where was he this whole time? Will you attend this gathering? She's thinking about it. She's really thinking about it. Of course! If Abe is there, we must attend. I will hide away someplace. I'll call in for my notebook. You should do the same. Don't hide anywhere you have been to in the last 24 hours. They might check there first. Will do. My damn phone is gone, just like you disappeared this morning. You haven't seen it by chance. Jesus, can you not take care of your stuff? No, I have not seen your phone. So his phone is gone, huh? Oh, fuck it. I tried to track it down, but it doesn't send a signal. Probably out of battery or something. Yeah, whatever. I'll go without it until the gathering. Yeah, until the gathering. Alright, so his phone is actually... So, pulling that phone ID over was a waste of time because it's freaking missing, which is great. So that was a wasted upload. What else do we have to do here? Cafe Chestnut ready. So I mean, he is the what about Marcia? Look at Witch. It's her phone, but I guess we don't really have permission to go after her because she's just kind of a bit player. So he is... I'm assuming I gotta pull over the former admin thing and then that would give me more stuff to look at, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Also, apparently there's something else under hosts. Is that just telling me this thing that I just looked at? Yeah, I think that's just telling me that thing that I just looked at. I'm guessing that's the one I gotta pull over, because this is the problem with having limited number of data chunks, is that I know that there's certain data chunks you have to pull over in order to progress the story. So it's like, which, you know, at some point you gotta just say, okay, let's try this one, because you don't know which one it's gonna be. So we'll pull this over. That did nothing. Well, that's fantastic. Alright. Is there anything else on here? The only thing I can think is that the listener thing is something we have to do. Don't hide anywhere you have been to in the last 24 hours. Which doesn't really help me at all, so I don't know why I would pull that over. Anything else going on here that I need to see? Anything else at all? Just got stuff in it. Insider. I'm guessing this insurance might be something. I'm not sure what they're getting at here. I mean, he's got health insurance, family health insurance, in addition to his own insurance. So I don't know what that's saying, other than he's taking care of somebody else, possibly. But why would that be? Oh, his phone. I have it. I have the phone here. Ah, there we go. That's something. I found your phone, Hancock, even though you can't find it. Sky chats. Hey Jude, happy birthday. Have a good one. Hey Harrison, thanks so much. I'm spending the day chilling out with Huxley at the Riverside. Much needed. So I take it you ain't gonna party then? Nah, getting too old for that. What? Where's Party Hard Jude? What have you done to her? She died a slow and agonizing death somewhere between two clubs on a certain weekend, if you remember. Oh, sorry. Not sorry. Yeah, I thought so. Anyway, you have a good one. Cheers. Alright. He's got a message from his mom. Thank you for the flowers. I forgot. She's also... I love how it's all in capital letters. Still pulling off these jokes? I'm sorry, Mom. I won't be coming home today. This is with his mother. Oh, okay. So then that's why. So that explains the health insurance then. Call Jake over. When are you coming? I'm not coming. Anything? Are you coming? I'm okay. What's that? Jake here. We're good, Harry. Jake with you. What is all this? Babe, meet tonight at Salvatore's? For sure, 8 straight. Straight 8. You coming back tonight? Hell yeah, I will. Heartsy face. Gonna work my shift at CCC now and be back at 6. Remember when we were back at CCC together? Man, those were the days. You attracted all the guys while I kept pissing them off. Yeah, I'd say we made a pretty decent team, babe. Like good cop, bad cop. I love bad cop. Oh shit, what's wrong? Gotta bounce for a while, get back to you soon. Okay, or you could tell me what's up. Not coming back today. What? Why not? Don't tell me you're staying with Juliet. No, I'm not. Gotta ghost for a while. Ghost? Why are you ghosting? Trust me, I just gotta. You're such a douche sometimes. Talk to you later. Fuck you. Yeah, sometime, maybe. Oh man, this guy. Seems like he's got a whole thing like, oh, I'm gonna ghost now. It's like, what? Okay. Gotta hide. Gallery. Him and his mom. Oh, well, there's his mom's in a wheelchair, so that'd be what's going on there. And then there's Juliet's. All right, well, he's got a couple pictures, so cool, I guess. Contacts. There's Jules, her mobile phone. That might be interesting. And Cassandra Watergate's phone as well. But is she? Cassandra's still in lockdown now. So would getting access to her phone do anything for me? I'm wondering. So I'm kind of thinking like maybe there's some smoking gun on there. But I definitely want to grab Jules' phone over here. So let's go grab her thing. Let's pull this over. Go. Good. Keep an eye on her as well. Yeah, I will. We got Cass Watergate here too, so we'll see what that has in a minute. Let's see what's going on with the listener. She's getting a call from Victor Rosen. Her boss, I guess. Carrington? Juliet? Victor here. Oh, hey, Victor. I just talked to Maria. Why are you not at work? Oh, I sent a sick note. Didn't you No, you did not. You were here the entire weekend. That's what the tracker says, but no one authorized you to do so. Now that you are meant to be here, you are not. Also, what is SP855 blah, 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 register under your account? This device ID does not belong to a company-approved device. You will explain these irregularities. I want you in my office as soon as possible. I don't think so. And she hung up on him. Wow. This device ID does not belong to a company-approved device. Interesting. Okay. Let's pull that over. Alright. And what was that? She's getting a chat from Initiate. Knock, knock. Huh? Who are you? Name's Initiate. Oh, you're this hacker guy that Harrison spoke about then. Right. Type faster, Juliet. Come on. So you hacked the Thought blog? You've been following us around? Why? What do you want? What I want? I want to know what happened to Thought. Those bombings have been ringing in my head. Or these bombings. And I just don't know. Was this Thought's work? Was it a Gov setup? Listen, I don't know either. I'm sorry, but shit is majorly going down the drain right now. If you can help us, do it, please. My help got you where you are right now. You helped to dox this Costigan. Harrison told me you wouldn't want to assist us. Don't talk so openly, or did you forget what's going on? Right, sorry. Can you do that again, what you did? Nope. Nope. And they're going to track me down for sure. Barely got out the last time. I need more intel on this thing first. At the moment, I don't see a way. Damn. So, what are you doing? Oh, you don't know yet. Abraham Goldfels, who found Thought, sent us a message. Thought should gather once more. What? Abe is back? Yeah, and he says he has a plan. You know him? Kinda. Where from? Coincidence. Huh? It was a coincidence that he knows him? What? Doesn't make any sense. Look, if you know Abraham, why don't you attend this gathering as well? It's going down 4 p.m. as a conference call. Give me your number and I'll invite you as well. No, thanks, but no thanks. I feel like this Initiate guy's like stroking a white cat right now. Sounds like a trap to me. You shouldn't attend either. I'm pretty positive it's not. The email sounded authentic, but have it your way. I will. Good luck with this gathering. And good luck to you with finding out what's going on here. You're going to need it. Okay, so there was a whole lot of nothing there. Which I kind of figured would be the case. But what is this other device that just got registered? Is that just a... Use that... I guess it's over here, huh? That's her phone? Her phone desktop is what just got registered? Okay. Well, before we do that, let's make sure I get everything off of this guy's thing here. Contacts mails. To D. Schwartz. I am sorry. Nina, I am truly sorry for having drawn the investigator's attention to you, but frankly, you overstepped the boundaries of our agreement. Bombs were meant as a warning to those who are indifferent and beacon. Abraham Goldfeld. Why? Okay, so Harrison sent this email to D. Schwartz? Who the hell is D. Schwartz? Schwartz. Do I have a Schwartz? Is my Schwartz big enough over here? Desmond Schwartz. Well, hello there. Deceased in 2011, though. He's sending this emails to all these people who are freaking deceased. I mean, what the hell? And who was Desmond Schwartz? Was connected to Nina. Nina knew Desmond. How did she know Desmond? Where's the people thing at? Profile. Contacts. Desmond Schwartz was... Oh, her ex-boyfriend. Desmond Schwartz. Oh, that was the guy that freaking died. Right? Supposedly. Is he not dead? Did he go undercover because he was former military? What the hell? What the frig, man? Okay. So that's a thing. Is there no other mails besides that? Okay. Quo tracking. Ooh. Hello. Displaying locations of the last 24 hours. Outskirts camping Bonton. Portobello Road, Farview. Orchard Drive. Stelgan Avenue, Bonton. Penn Street, 16. What is Penn Street? 16 Penn Street. Orchard Drive. Stelgan Avenue. Stelgan Avenue would be Stelgan University, probably, I bet. Portobello Road. These are all possible hideouts. Sugar. Where is the... So, I think he's probably staying with some of the chicks that he knows. So he knows a lot of people. Do I have any... I have no addresses on these people, so I have no idea which one of these would be right. This, for some reason, I'm looking at Penn Street here, and I'm like, that feels like the place where he's probably at. But I don't know. I have no reason to think that. It's just something that, it's a sixth sense, if you will. And then this desktop here. Did we look under personal? I think we did. Did we look in his trash? Ooh, hello there. Something else is going on. TNO Ideas document. As you may or may not have heard, I've been affiliated with a group called Thoughts. In the past, I thought I might as well blow that right into your face before some data miner does and claim shit. Yeah, let them claim shit if they love worthless shit all that much. Once upon a time, there was a daft punk who sought to build an activist group, but failed awfully. The moral of the story is your activism isn't worth shit because peeps just don't care. As you may or may not have heard, TNA office is a bunch of cocksuckers. At least now you know. Don't say you haven't been warned. What the frig? What is this shit? It's just a ton of random nonsense. There's trash there. Gunther Ahrens is sending more emails, apparently. Gunther Ahrens to Initiate. The open door. Initiate, I need to apologize to you for remaining silent for such a long time. I have been working out a plan in hiding. Today I need to call upon your help to make it happen. I'm aware of your capabilities and your skills. You need to stop trying to tear down walls, instead shifting to running through open doors. Here's where to find one. 1984, 188, 144. Oh, 1984, that would be probably Orwell, I bet. 4 p.m. today. Abraham Goldfeld. So, 188, 144, 98.1 is the IP address, port 1984. Interesting. I'm assuming I'm going to have to pull this over just so that we can investigate more of Initiate, maybe. But let's hold on to that thought for a minute. Let's go back to Insider here, and we've got this other device that just popped up. Browser history. So Juliet's, what's her browser history looking like here? Where's she been going and looking? Nothing interesting. Okay. And then this phone. Oh, that's her phone. Okay. Quote tracking Sky Chat. Juliet, where are you? Hey, Dad, I'm at work. It's a beautiful Sunday, so we thought we could have a family barbecue tonight. April's already here. I don't think I'll be able to come. Well, you're lost. Why are you working almost every weekend now anyway? Did you miss a deadline or something? Oh, we've got this new project here, which is close to release. Everyone's doing overtime at the moment. What a company. This should be illegal. I hope you're getting overtime. Poor choice to follow this Abraham creep. Just because he worked at Rosen Tech doesn't mean it's a good job for you. So that's how she found Rosen? That's how she came upon Gunther? Is because he worked at Rosen Tech, which is probably the government contract job that he said he was going to take, or that he ended up taking but then dropping. I bet. You? Dad? What? Seriously, shut the fuck up. I made the right call. I know I'm doing the right thing now. How dare you talk to me like that? Don't even think about coming home anytime soon. You'll see. I'll make you see. Okay. Wow. That's weird. May Carrington. Hey, sis. How's things? You there? Oh, hey, May. Yeah, doing good. That's awesome. Up for a meet and greet with you, long lost sis, next week? Gonna hit B-Town on Wednesday and stay for 3 awesome days at A&D's hotel. You're not staying at home? God, no. Gonna visit them once. That's already family overdose. So, meet up. Okay, let's do it. I'll get back to you soon, as I know I have some spare time. Coolio. See you then, little sis. See you then. And Cassandra. Hey, Jules. What's up? All good? Hey, Cassie. Yes, all is quite well. A bit swamped at work, but what's new, right? It's Friday. Hangout time. No romantic dinners with Yosef on schedule. Bah, you know what he's like. All work and no play. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Yeah, that's my Jules. What about a haunted house? We could go there. Haunted house? You? Something happened to you overnight? It's a big detour from my usual route into the city, but fucking Jules wants to go to haunted house. Huh? Why don't you take the 9B? You know I don't like that place. Oh yeah, sorry, although it is a lot faster to go through Freedom Plaza. Like, much faster. Yeah, I know. It's pretty ridiculous being afraid of a place like that. Don't let yourself be bothered by the past. You're free to go wherever you like. Ugh, yeah, you're right. I'll give it a try. Good, Cassie. Make it sound like I'm a dog or something. Stop for haunted house? I am. Great. So, go through Freedom Plaza. She's afraid of it. Okay, so that was the very beginning of the game then. She was in Freedom Plaza, cutting through there, right? April 7th? No. April 7th. No, that was a while ago. Maybe. Or maybe it was. Maybe that was the very beginning of the game. She was cutting through there to get to this other place. I don't know, but none of this is really... I don't think any of that's a smoking gun. There's a gallery. It's her. That's just one picture? One picture on a girl's phone? I'm calling bullshit on that. Usually they're completely full to the point where they have no space left. So she's got Cassie's thing. I'm still not going to pull Cassie's thing over because I have a feeling that's a red herring. But she's got Abraham Goldfell's home phone, but that's a home phone. That's not going to do me any good, right? It's probably not a wireless phone that I can do anything with. So I think that's that's not really needed either. Code tracking. So Penn Street, Bonton, Rosen Plaza is probably her work. Stelligan, I think, is still... Yeah, Stelligan Avenue must be the university. Malloy Court, Farview. Portobello Road, Farview. See, they both had Penn Street, 16 Penn Street. I get the feeling like they're both going to meet up. And they both had Penn Street on there, so that's kind of a thing. Also, I feel like Portobello Road was also another one that was shared between the two. And then here's her desktop. That's all stuff that we've seen already. Trash. No. Stelligan. Nothing else there. Say draft. Okay, we've seen all that. System. Browser history. Nothing else here. Alright. Alright, so that's taken care of. And yeah, because this guy had, where was it at? On his phone, he had the quo tracking. So he had Penn Street 16 and Portobello Road, 22 Portobello Road. So he had both of those. He's Orchard Drive, which she doesn't have. Penn Street, Portobello Road. Didn't they say don't go to the same place they've been to in the last 24 hours? So are they? But I feel like they said they were going to meet up, though. Where's that at? Where is that at? Where they said they were going to meet up? Juliet. You attend the gathering. We'll do. Hide away someplace. I can call it from my notebook. You should do the same. Don't hide anywhere you've been to in the last 24 hours. So if that's the case, I feel like they're not going to hide in the same place. So he's probably hiding in that one area, and she's probably over in the other one, I'd imagine. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. So where is the quote tracking? So she's got Malloy Courts, Farview, but that's trying to think here. Malloy Courts. I think that's her. Is that not her family's address? I feel like that's her family's address. Where was that thing at that showed their family stuff? Where is it? It was a web page somewhere here. Yeah, okay. So I found her family's website here. They said they had a house in Malloy Court, cozy little spot in Farview. So, given that she's not on speaking terms with her dad, I'm going to assume that she's not back home. She probably didn't go hide back home, so she's probably hiding at that other place that we saw. What's this on here? This is just a former admin thing. Which I already pulled this over, didn't I? I already pulled this one over. Whatever. Yeah, none of these have anything, right? Rattlesnake Shake, and Persephone. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, here's Hancock at second. Nothing else there. Interesting. I think that. So given that stuff, I don't know that I could pin down exactly where she's going to go. But I can look at Harrison's thing again. And I'm guessing that he's going to be... Where was Orchard Drive? I'm guessing he's going to be on Orchard Drive for some reason. Because everything else is shared stuff with her. And I'm thinking she's going to be at Penn Street 16, but I don't know. I wish there was an easy way to search for this stuff, but they don't have any search bars here. You got to kind of dig through all the crap to get to it. Penn Street. Reader. What was on Penn Street? Alright, so I've been kind of digging around a little bit here, taking some time to try to reacquaint myself with everything. So we know that he's sending emails as Abraham Goldfels. Though he's sending them, this one says it's to DESMOND at mailreceiver.tna, which is Desmond Schwartz, which is the Nina's dead husband. However, Nina might have been using his email to receive emails, so I'm not going to discount that. What I do know is that over on the listener, you can see here, this email that she received seemed to have come from Gunther Ahrens. So obviously, this is a big smoking gun here. We know that Harrison is sending emails as Abraham. Now, the problem is that, when was this sent? April 17th at 2:51 a.m. The problem is that his phone is lost. So, wait a minute. This is April 17th. Wait a second. Wait a minute. 2:51 a.m. April 17th. This other one came in on April 15th. Okay. All right. Well, then that's not true then. So he's not sending them because the dates don't match up. This came in on April 15th. Nina's been dead for 2 days, and this says sent 2:51 a.m. on April 17th. And his phone is missing now, so I guess he didn't actually send this. Someone else, whoever has his phone, is trying to set him up, sort of. But who would have had that? Who would have had that email? Like, who else would have seen that? That's the thing, right? Nobody else really would have seen that. Somebody is. So now I'm like, somebody's trying to set Harrison up, and the question is, how are they getting this information? Obviously, it's an inside job here, because no one has that kind of information that I can see in the web of profiles over here. So the only thing I can think, Desmond Schwartz. The only thing I think is that either Desmond Schwartz isn't actually dead, or Juliet is behind all this. Because I think Cassandra's out of the picture for the most part. I kind of think she's out of the picture. She might still kind of be in the picture, but I have a feeling she's not. I have a feeling the only one that hasn't really done much this whole game has been Juliet, and I'm getting a feeling like perhaps she's behind some of this stuff, because she's got this kind of weird side thing going on. Like, she's constantly working on the weekends. Her boss just said, hey, you weren't authorized to work on the weekends. Why are you working on the weekend? So she's there for some reason. We know about this government thing that's going on, called whatever it was. I forget the name of it that she used. Demiurge, I think was the name of it. So with all that said, and actually, where did she mention? She mentioned Demiurge at anyway. Let's look at her. Let's see if here it is. Requested information about a project called Demiurge. She met Gunther Ahrens, or Abraham as it was, at Rosentech, probably when he was, that government contract that he said he was going to take. Yeah, something's not right here. So if I look at her desktop on her notebook, that's not it. No, I want to look at her desktop on her phone. This tracking thing. So Malloy Court is her parents. Stelgen is probably the university. Rosen is probably her workplace. Portobello Road, I think, is probably that bar, because Portobello Road is also on Harrison's phone, which leads me to believe that must be that haunted house that they were playing gigs at, and she's definitely gone there. So the only thing I can think now that I've eliminated all those, is that she's probably hiding out at Penn Street in Bonton here. So I'm going to pull this over, which did nothing, but that's okay for now. Just going to pull that over for now. We need whatever data chunk it's insisting that I have in order to continue forward. And unfortunately, I don't know what data chunk it's insisting on. This guy's tracking thing. Let's see, he's got Penn Street there too, and Portobello Road. Orchard Drive might be his house. So I don't know. They've both gone to Penn Street. So maybe that was the bar or something. I don't know. But that's what we got here. And honestly, this phone is not reliable though. Yeah, this phone's not reliable because his phone is missing. I wonder if his phone is missing. I wonder if she has it and she's taking it with her to this place. I wonder if that's. I wonder because his phone is obviously on because I can see everything on here, and we've got this incriminating evidence that was put on there, which is very strange. So I don't know what else do we have to pull over that will make the game happy. This is the problem here, is that I don't know what it wants me to pull over to make it happy. I can look at the. I mean, I obviously I can put this one thing over there, which I think I already did, and it's like, no, don't. It's not. It's his PC. Pulled that over already, and then hosts. I mean, former admin. Sire Cafe Chestnuts. I think I already pulled that over though. So I don't know. I'm at an impasse here. I'm not quite sure. I mean, 4 p.m. today. The only thing I can think is I gotta pull this over about initiate. So let's do that, I guess. So they're going to try and attack Orwell once again. Well, let them come. Alright, well that did nothing. I had a feeling that was going to be a whole lot of nothing. Victor Rosen. They say some things here. No one authorized you to do so. I think that this is an interesting thing to be here. You're the entire weekend. Not being ordered to do overtime hours. Yeah, I just, this seems very strange. So I'm gonna pull this over. That seems unusual. Why was she at work then? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is what I am saying. She's up to something. I don't know what quite yet. I don't know what else to pull over either to make the game happy. Give me another, to drip grab me another piece of stuff here. Gallery, Sky Chats. I mean, he worked at Rosen Technologies. So, I mean, that could be something, I guess. I don't know what that's going to help with, but I'm running low on stuff here. But I'll pull that over anyway. Oh, here we go. A related document. You're not supposed to follow Abraham Goldfellows. He is dead. You're wasting precious time. Yeah, well, but it gave me more information. So stop yelling at me. Reader. What does that do? Pulling information. And Goldfellows. He worked on Demiurge. Yep, that's what I thought. Worked on Demiurge, which is what she was talking about working on. Project titled Demiurge, right. So, with that said, so they're both working on the same project together. She might have had access to his account, so she might be the one sending emails as him. How would I prove that? So here's the problem, right? Is like these little chunks of information mean absolutely nothing. Like, you don't know which one is going to be the thing that actually opens up the rest of the game to you, because they're just little chunks of data that don't, you know, sometimes the most innocuous one that you would think ends up being the thing that floods it open here, or opens the floodgates. His phone is gone. Find anywhere you've been in the last 24 hours. Maybe it's this one. Last 24 hours. Maybe. I don't know. Useful hint. If you encounter any hints to hideout locations, be sure to validate them by checking where they have stayed before first. Yeah, well, I think I know where she's at. But I could be wrong, as always. This is still not really telling me anything. You know, ghosting. Maybe we're done. Right. Wishes his ex-girlfriend. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to pull out of this besides what's here. We know that he helped dox that person, so that's not necessary to bring over. Actually, I should probably just say hide on this one, right? Or disable, so it stops popping up in my face here. And Juliet, we know his phone is gone, so that might not be interesting. And then ghosting, this one we don't care about, which I can't disable it because it's off the screen, which is awesome. It's just terrific. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else to pull over here. Yeah, I can pull this home phone over, but what's it gonna do? He's dead. Pull Cassandra's mobile over. I guess that's the only other thing I can do is pull her mobile over, which will give me access to her mobile phone, I guess. Which I don't know if that's gonna help me. I mean, she's in lockup right now. In fact, I already have her phone, don't I? Haven't I already tapped her phone somewhere here? Listener. Well, I do have her chats, but yeah, I don't think that's. It may or may not give me some background information. The health insurance covering his family members, we know, is because of his mother's got in a wheelchair, so that's not worth anything. Message for the Great Hancock. Juliet is Dixon. Wait a minute. Do we know that Juliet's alias is Dixon? Background. Organizing. Blah. Julebug, Tubman. We don't know about Dixon, so that'll help us get more information on her, probably. Let's do that. There we go. That should open something up. Alright, reader. Entry number 7, A Night to Remember. Alright. So the Thought blog we're back to. Published by Dixon. A Night to Remember. Our protest at Stelligan was a lively gathering of open-minded people. Students, teachers, professors, and others formed a bright and colorful crowd. I've got to admit, when Abraham asked me to join Thought, I wasn't sure what to think of it. Join an activist group? That's not a thing for me. Sure, not everything is fine, but organizing protests in the streets? Isn't that a bit much? But I knew Abraham as he was my professor for media ethics at Stelligan, and so I trusted him and I said yes. But it wouldn't stop there. Harrison and Nina left the event planning to me, who had never done anything close to this before. Phew, a pretty scary task, as both Abraham and I were closely tied to Stelligan University. My suggestion was to organize a peaceful protest there, slowly raise awareness among students. They would most likely be more open-minded, prone to questioning authority and the government, wouldn't they? Indeed, the protest went off without a hitch. Stelligan's president even permitted us to hold the protest on campus grounds, and close to 100 students, provided I didn't miscount, participated, many of them just joining in as they were walking by and wanted to know more. There was no conflict, no fear, just support. People were still talking about it a week later in the halls of Stelligan. For me personally, it turned out to be a night to remember. Comments from Hancock. Jules, let me say the important thing first. You did great. That's why we chose you for this. You even thought of making sure everything could get home. Everything could get home after the protest by organizing an extra bus. Anyway, I already got an idea for what's next. Take things out to the streets, literally. Not the university streets, more like the street streets. Think you can help us organize that as well? Thanks, Harry. After this, I'm confident I might be able to organize something bigger for next time. The streets are probably not the best choice, too unsafe, but I'll come up with something. Concerned 1. Juliet, I don't want to offend you. You're new and you did a good job, but this simply isn't enough. Our petty protest doesn't matter on national scale. That's the simple truth. With a pace like this, the Gov will have erected their oppressive machinery before we even get to the streets. Nina, you know I think otherwise, and in the end, you're right. Our next thing will be much bigger. We'll make the news for sure. We need to be smart about it. Smart like Julesy. So I want her plan to be the next thing as well. I understand you, Nina. I'll do my best to get things right and safe. At the moment, I'm thinking of Freedom Plaza. Pretty much everything we need space-wise there. Would that be okay for everyone? So she planned the Freedom Plaza protest of thoughts. Does that help me? Does that help me at all? One article she's written. Okay. I guess that helps me? I'm not sure. But I'll pull that over. I thought we already knew that she planned that one. Yeah, I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Pull it over. Okay. That did a whole lot of nothing. Okay, so now what? Now what, I say? This demiurge thing, though, I feel like that's a very important piece of information, even though we're not supposed to be investigating Abraham anymore. But they both worked on demiurge. So why wouldn't that be a thing that's important? You know what I mean? Like, why would that not be something that we should have information on? Plus, I kind of want to piss this woman off some more, too. I just have the urge, the demiurge, to piss this woman off a little bit more. There we go. I command you to no longer dig around in Abraham Goldfeld's past. Oh, really? I could easily turn you into a target person for disobeying me. You would not want that, do you? What is strange, though, is that Juliet requested material on this demiurge. You have found enough material implying that something is very wrong about Juliet Carrington. She might be our impersonator. Good, but it's only an implication so far. Remember to add all possible locations where she might be hiding. Continue to collect anything of value until the gathering. Okay. So, the game crashed. In the middle of that. which is very strange. That's the first time the game has ever, like, just totally just crashed, just flamed right out on me. So that's, hopefully that won't happen again. But anyway, so she went from being really pissed off at me for tracking down that one thing to being like, oh yeah, no, actually you're probably doing right. So I don't know what to make of that. Entry number 4, Flawed. Published by Goldfells. Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds, Oppenheimer quoted when he realized he made the nuclear bomb possible. For the first time I feel I truly understand what he meant. I know it's impossible to stop progress. I thought I could change what was coming, control the inevitable, from within. I cannot. I made a mistake. I must quit at once. The only thing I can do is to seek redemption, so let this be my confession. I, Abraham Goldfells, developed the so-called ethical codex for a project codenamed Demiurge, which has been renamed Orwell. And I have proof for everything I am about to write, cloned to a device with this UID. Orwell is the most sinister project I can think of, a system to spy on every last citizen in the nation. My intention was to govern this highly invasive project by applying strong ethical constraints on what it can access and how that access is granted. I was given a lot of freedom in this regard, yet that was not enough. Seeing this thing in action, I can only look at myself in disgust for being so naive that I ignored the danger that was staring me in the face. Even when the system is investigating targeted persons, it will jump from one individual to another, ultimately parsing all of their indiscretions and making everyone a target. Each test indicated one true fact. No one is innocent. I feel the urge to run to the press to give them conclusive evidence that Orwell exists, yet I ask myself, will it achieve anything? Just another news piece lost in the crowd, one that will be drowned out by the latest timeline scandal or whatever Rosen is eating for breakfast. I doubt I'll even have enough strength to leave this article live on the blog. I can't handle the shame of what I've done. I bet they'll start using the project against me and others I'm connected to. It'll be for the best if I just archive it, but I need to commit my thoughts to words, even if they are just for myself. Well, there's the damning smoking gun right there. We kind of figured that, right? That he had worked on this, and he's having deep implications, deep ethical implications about it. And more than likely, this is what I'm thinking right here. I'm thinking that this PC is really the thing that they wanted me to get to. They wanted to find out if he had made clones of his work, because they're doing sort of a cleanup job. They let him die, and now they're just trying to make sure that all the information on this project is buried somewhat, which isn't really going to do much now. Browser history. Browser history just updated apparently. Stogan University, blah blah blah. Nothing else, huh? That was weird. Anything in the trash? No. Nothing we haven't already seen. These are locations. So those are all things. I'm wondering though. So I guess I should bring this over. At least to get the PC device, but see, I don't know now, because I'm like, is this what they were looking for in the first place? See, I have no way of getting onto that PC unless I pull this over, which is certainly a thing. Well, you know what? Why the hell not? Let's do it. Ugh, so, you know it now. Yes, we hired him for Orwell. This is his doing. It was me who wanted him on the project in the first place, to get things right with Orwell, to follow ethical standards. Only very few people here knew that, and I wanted to make sure it stayed that way. Our most ferocious enemy worked for us, a person I chose. Now you know it all, discovered by the very tool it was all about. The irony is not lost on me. But well, you chose to disobey. I've warned you before, this will have consequences for you. Alright. All these are futile works. Yep. So Insider Gunther Aaron's desktop is offline, apparently. Well, that's the desktop that's where it was stored, and that's offline. Okay. So we can't get that one to do anything. And she threw me up on, or my avatar, up on this thing here. Somewhere. I saw it flash by. I don't know where it ended up at. No, don't know a damn thing. It just kind of flashed on by and went away somewhere. It looks like it's all the way down the bottom, because I'm connected to her. Right. So fun, I guess. So what else? What else now? I mean, we know that. This is clearly some kind of. She's behind this somehow. Not Juliet, but this Catherine fellow. The government is trying to do something here, and the question is, where do I go from here as far as trying to figure out what is happening? There's another thing on here, right? Harrison, you left the event planning to me. That's all right. We know that. So we'll disable that, I think. Disable. There we go. Alright. And then the information on this guy is just his picture. We can disable that. Let me just make sure why is this disable button not working? There we go. Just make sure I've gone through and looked at all the things here as far as this is concerned. It looks like it. And there's a listener here. We've got the ghosting thing, which we can. Well, I can't disable that one, unfortunately, because it's off the screen, but it's the only one that we haven't disabled there. And then in the Insider, we've got a bunch of places. So Juliet's phone, I'm going to assume. Well, she's definitely not at Rosen Plaza because she was there in the last 24 hours. Disable that. That's the Rosen Plaza thing. She could technically be at Stelligan Avenue, I guess. Malloy Court is her parents. I doubt she's going back to her parents. I sort of really doubt it. She could also be at Portobello Road. I suppose. I could pull that. I guess I could pull that over too. And yeah, I don't think she would have gone back home. Alright, so I've been looking around, and the only thing I can think to do right now, I'm pretty sure I've somehow lost this game at some point along the way because I can't get any more information out of it. So the only thing I can think is to just bring over the fact that she did the planning. Juliet planned the protest at Stelligan University and probably planned all of them. So yeah, it's about the best I can do. It's 4 p.m. Getting intervention teams ready to check all the locations you've mentioned. Now to wait and see what happens. Oh, that's getting... What's going on? Getting hacked. That's what's going on. Oh, there's a call. This is the group call going on, huh? Hello, is this working? Anybody here? Well, I am. Harry, I didn't know if you'd still be around. Barely got here in time. Cassie, you've been released? Yeah, seems they had nothing on me after all. This is great. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here, but I'm here as well. Joseph, great you're there. Holy crap. What is this? Who are you? A fool who is baffled by the madness he just witnessed. Otherwise, initiate. Well, I'm glad you decided to join us. That's completely unintended. What do you mean? You're in the call, aren't you? Yeah, I'm also in Orwell. In Orwell? Abe sent me an IP address to get into Orwell. It makes hacking the damn thing incredibly easy. He did what? And that worked? Like a charm, I now kind of control the damn thing. It's really, really worrying. Come again? You have Orwell on a freaking leash? Fucking great. How does that worry you? My control is limited, and the Gov will get the control back at some point. This isn't my primary concern. What makes me nervous is why would Abraham have such extensive knowledge of Orwell? This whole thing reeks of an enormous trap. Abe wouldn't betray us. No, he wouldn't, but you're right. Something very strange is afoot. We should get out right now. And this is the point where it gets even worse. I had a quick look at his file. You would not believe what it says. Abraham is dead. He died quite some time ago. What? That's impossible. I thought that when he first disappeared, but I put it to the back of my mind. What became of him? Dead? No. Abraham, how? He was very sick. Cancer. Ugh, you old fool. Why did you tell us? He gave Nina the orders for the bombings after his demise. This means someone has been setting her up real bad, and not only her, all of us. Who the fuck would do such a thing? Ha! The person working on this was clever. They found it all. What did they find? Who was it? Everything in here points to... you. What? Jules? You? Wait a sec. I can't fucking believe where this is going. Are you for real? Are you telling me you told Nina to place those bombs? I did. I'm not proud of it, but it had to be done. What the hell? Why? You and Nina, you two ruined everything for Abraham and for Thoughts. So you decided that leaving me wasn't enough for revenge? You had to kill innocent fucking people and blame it on all of Thought? It was necessary. Only when things are at their darkest will people listen, take note, and actually enact change. Abe knew that. I know it was extreme. Extreme! It's goddamn murder. I know, damn it. Believe me, I know. You are the reason I was in custody? Jules, how could you do that to me? Thought needed to be destroyed. That was the whole point of its formation. Instead of seeking me out and arresting me, Orwell labeled you all target persons and investigated you all, screwed up your lives. People need to see how fucked up Orwell is. It's not protection, it's invasive and manipulative doom for everyone. No one is innocent. Everyone is a suspect. Abe wanted to make the world stand up against things like Orwell. He knew how dangerous the project was. That's why he worked on it. He did what? He worked on Orwell? This confirms what I feared, but I didn't want to believe it. If so, he could have gone to the media and made it all public, couldn't he? He was afraid. He thought nothing would ever change if he did. Can you blame him? He told me everything, and only me. Ha ha ha, funny. I just realized you're actually a much better, yet much worse activist than Nina or me could ever be. That's admirable in a strange and very fucked up way. You're nothing but a bitch, Juliet, a liar and a killer. Cassie, Oh, just shut up. Just shut up. This is madness, Juliet. First Cassie, then you pulled me into this? All those poor people who suffered at your hand? I still don't get it. Why draw all of this attention to Thought? You didn't convince anyone by your actions. Why this gathering? Why let me hack Orwell? I just needed to convince one person how faulty Orwell was. Costigan, the guy Harry leaked information about, was the man on the inside, only an advisor. The person who has really been spying on you is still around. The person who actually went through your stuff, passed on the data. The one listening right now, the investigator. That's right, I'm talking to you. I knew you had to be around when everyone would come together. You had to be listening. This shit was just a windfall, a chance to make sure you'd not immediately go up against us. Investigator, I have a question for you, now that you saw Orwell firsthand. Do you really think that this system will help anyone? Did you think the government would not spy on you as well? Did you think you were outside the system? Think again, they evaluate even you. Abe knew that. He saw the madness. They evaluate even you, the investigators. But we can stop it. You can. Remember, you became recruited for being outside of the system, outside of the nation? What if we show people what they store about you? That even you are not outside of the system, that no one is outside of the system. All you need to do, investigator, is upload data they have on you. incriminating yourself. This is so mind-bogglingly stupid, Jules. Why would the investigator cooperate? The Gov will come after them. That's exactly the point. This evaluation is supposed to be a safety net so that no one misuses Orwell. Acting on evidence is mandatory. If the investigator incriminates themselves, they will be forced to prosecute them and reveal this evidence that the investigators are actually being spied on as well, publicly. That is absolutely mad. I don't see this working. I would like to offer an alternative, investigator. It just so happens that a certain Catherine Delaroy is in this files too. I say we make use of the fact we have control over Orwell. Let's use it as a weapon and turn it against the government. There's something dirty to be found about Miss D for sure. Let them act on that evidence. Now we're talking. No, hurting D won't help much. She's just going to get replaced. This isn't the right way. Like I said, Jules, just shut it. Nobody is interested in what you have to say. But how can we trust this investigator? Well, what the hell? How did they find... Fuck! Harrison, what's going on? User quit the session. Well, we found Harrison. Seems he just fell prey to this great surveillance system. Oh shit, we need to go online with this stream, fast. Stream's up. Here's Cassandra's file. Wow, this feels like a slap in my face. They have been collecting all of this? On the pro side, they did find out about Juliet's plots. That was good. Yeah, I guess it's not too bad. Maybe we can give it a try. Joseph, your turn. My turn, huh? Okay. Know what's funny about your file, Joseph? It says here you were offered a release of Cassandra for info on thoughts. And you agreed. Yes, I was offered a deal. I don't know who offered it, and I didn't do it in the end. Cassandra was released without this being necessary. Oh, thank God you didn't do it, Josie. So do I think this person can actually make unbiased decisions? Yes I do. I shall speak on behalf of Nina then. I only realize now it might have been my fault Nina got investigated in the first place. But it's all clear. The investigator is responsible for hunting her down like this. They caused her death, no doubt. Perhaps the investigator didn't know any better, and we know Nina was guilty. It does not strengthen my trust, though. But then the investigator found out about Juliet's plans. This is why I can say we can trust this person. Meaning the final verdict is 3 votes to trust the investigator. We should clearly do this. Investigator, you've heard what we think of you. We stand beside you. You don't need to fear prosecution by the government. Thought will protect you. Investigator, it's time to make up your mind. You can tear down the entire system. Just complete my plan, please. I will turn D into a target person. I think I can easily activate access to her PC for you as well. When Abraham stopped his work for the Rosen and the government, he cloned all information he had and hid it in the office. He told me and I maintained it. The system is programmed to boot itself again in a couple of minutes. You'll have access to everything. You just need to find the UID of the device. I cannot tell you here, now that Orwell isn't tracking data chunks. I have full understanding. If you judge and incriminate me for what I've done, they're coming? Is this your doing, investigator? Goodbye then. I need to go. Well, I got both of them. Good call on Juliet. It seems your call now, investigator. Finally, I thought this disturbance would never end. The back-end engineers say we've had an unwanted guest. We already knew it was thought. It's about time to undo them. We must be strong. We must show these people for what they are. The nation's safety is depending on it. Find a way to incriminate them together as a group. All we need is a hint that Abraham Goldfels intended this group to carry out terrorist actions. You could trace the attack back to a remote PC. I will now manually unlock this PC for you. Well, so I guess I did good? Question mark? Now we got a bunch of PCs. We got a choice as to what we're going to do now. Do we expose Catherine D? Do we go to Gunther's thing, or do we... Wow, they got into Initiate's PC, huh? Well, let's see Gunther's thing here. Private. Regarding, make thought change direction. Understood. From D. SCHWARTZ, mail receiver. That would be Nina. We're on our own. Do not inform the other members of thought. Not about me, not about the plan. They will not understand and just make our actions harder to obscure. Let them get on with their lives. This is my plan. From what you have told me, you are more than capable of building a bomb, are you not? Well, we need 3 of them. Place them at the most important places in town, right before the eyes of the public. Zero Freedom Plasma and the Memorial, Stalking University at the Central Courtyard, and finally the Circle Mall. They need to be somewhere that they cause substantial destruction. Hide them well, very well. Watch out that the CCTV doesn't spot you, especially at Freedom Plaza. For this occasion, I will create a workaround to distract their eyes from you. Your temp working situation will be of use here, giving you plenty of opportunities. You will manage, you will have my utmost trust. Doing this will convince people surveillance is of no use and might cause a decent debate, or even the revolt we have been looking to incite. Finally, we might break the back of D, perhaps even the party in its entirety. It will be the public themselves who will protect us. The outcry against surveillance will be so strong it will obscure our actions. It will no longer be of interest. I will call upon you again, not via email, and tell you when to set and when to trigger the charges. Finally confirmed, then erase all traces of this mail. Never reply to this address again. Abe, I thought you had left us. I even understand and come to terms with my own thoughts and why you had vanished. I was against your course of action, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. So that was Juliet speaking on behalf of Abe all that time. Might come as a surprise to you. Conclude you're right. Blah blah blah. Okay, so that's that one. Papa, it is you, isn't it? Don't ask how I found you. It took me quite a while to figure out. You hid your traces very well, but I still managed to find some threads. Abraham Goldfels, is this who you are now? Well, I hope it was worth it, leaving Mama, leaving me. What did we do to you? What? Was it too much on you? Did you hate us? Did you hate me? Don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at you. Somehow I can't be. I'm certain you had your reasons. I just want an opportunity to understand them. I want to understand who my father really is, why he had to leave his wife and daughter all along, struggling, crying, hoping every day that you would somehow return. Explaining to my friends that my father was dead, but somehow I always felt like he wasn't. I have no idea if you're interested in me, what I mean to you, if anything at all. I have attached a photo and will tell you a little bit about me. I finished secondary school and now attend Stuttgart University, where I study journalism. I travel between Gribble and Stuttgart every day. Even thought it'd take 1.5 hours, even though it takes 1.5 hours. I didn't want to move because of Mama. She is fine most of the time, but I'd rather not leave her all alone. Speaking of Mama, I haven't told you that I found you, and I never will. She deserves some certainty, though, some closure. Thought it shouldn't come from me. It needs to come from you. This is what she's been waiting for, hoping for, needing for so long now. Please redeem her. As you probably know, she is kind spirit. She'll find it in her heart to forgive you. Who knows? After such a long time, she might be able to be happy again. This is the one thing I've asked for you. Do it for her, Eva. Wow, his daughter tracked him down for all those years. Saved protocol Jules Kerr. I don't understand. Why did you never turn to the press? With all this material, we could have created attention you wanted. No, we could not. Juliet, there's one thing I learned out of all this. People need to see the consequences before they ever learn. They must experience them firsthand, or at least see them affect someone they can relate to. Otherwise, it's all just an abstract concept. Are you suggesting Nina and Harry have been right all along? You can't possibly mean that. In a way, they have been, yes. Not necessarily about violence or scaring people, only consequence. Consequences that happen right before the eyes of the everyday person. Not some report. An event that is going on while everyone is watching. How could we ever hope to achieve such an event? If I find an answer, I would have done it, Juliet. I will soon be hospitalized. I can feel it. The sickness is getting worse with every passing day. To get up from my chair feels like a Herculean effort by now. We have tried, we have failed. We must accept this. People will eventually discover what madness this project is. All I ask of you is to let go and get on with your life. Do not waste your life on this as I did. It is not any worth. No, damn it, it's worth everything. Every possible effort. Juliet, you've always regarded my advice. Listen to me in this case too, please. Get into Rosentech for an internship. Delete the backup of the data I stored there. Remove every trace I ever worked on this godforsaken project. Then quit. That is no place for you. Just walk away and do not tell anyone. I can't do what you asked for. How could I ever? You're the only one who believed in me, always. Not my friends, not my family, you alone. It's exactly why I'm talking to you about this, not to anyone else, and it is the reason why I'm asking you to give it a rest. Grant me peace in knowing everything will be alright for the rest of the thought. Do it, please. I will, I promise. She did not keep her promise. So definitely, I was right that Juliet was the one, because she was quiet throughout this whole freaking thing until the very end. I'm like, something's up there. So she did do all the stuff on her own without his blessing. He told her to back off and just delete his work. Misplaced my life. Although, okay, that's his notes. April. A presentation where I learned basic project parameters of demiurge. Ethical codec. Preposterous. Might be in luck. Development team has had severe problems with the application recognition algorithm. He was hoping that they would fail at it. It worked. The use of the human element referred to as investigator has been confirmed by project lead, and even more importantly, the government itself. By now I have outlined the fundamentals of the codex. We will not use one, but two human elements. To give one human the full ability to do research and at the same time draw conclusions is just too much power in one hand. Instead, the power will be shared between said investigator and an advisor. The latter shall be a government employee on the inside, while it's crucial the investigator is a person on the outside, so an unbiased opinion is assured. Okay, so that's his advice was on that one, to try to keep it from being misused. Okay, so these are just his notes. I'm not going to look through all of those. There's demiurge stuff, codex drafts, blah blah blah. More drafts, human elements. Demiurge authorization key, full access. Oh, that's his key to get into there. Get full administrator access on it. So that means all this time someone's had probably access to it. She probably had access to it the whole time. Initiates desktop. What's this on here that we didn't see? In the trash. I think it's just telling me that I didn't look at all the documents, but I'm not going to look at all the documents. I'm tired of all the reading at this point. So this is the MBA's PC. The MBA's Big Brother. Knock knock, Big Brother. How's life in the nation? It's still as sprawling as last time. Our home, Big Brother and I are still determined to get me into the nation. I'm writing this email to let you know I'm fine here. Maybe our home in Cape Town isn't a house in Bonton. Of course, I miss you dearly, but don't waste your life on this. Blah, blah, blah. Your sister, Mabali. Okay. Cassandra. Mostly harmless. Arrested. Juliet. Works at Rosen. Coincidence. Seems to have organized peaceful protests. Ex of Harrison. Bit too shy. Maybe hiding something. I should get around to talking to her sometime. So he's kept all these things on here. Here's the IPs. Advisor. Investigator. Abraham. Need to visit him at Rosa. I need to know what he does. He really was there. Didn't recognize me though. What's he doing in there? What the hell became of him? And save protocol. What's this? Hey Winston, what's up, my man? So you hear about the Bonton bombings? Yeah, blah blah. Claim suspect governed two possibilities. A friend of mine claims to know a guy going by the name of X2. Who got recruited by the government. Everybody peeps. You sure? Blah blah blah. So this is the guy that got him in, I guess. Anything else? Submit test phase on April 13th. Rings a bell. Okay. So that helped him get information. And then this one. Please don't do this. My friend, I do appreciate your worries. Can't really tell you, not now. We place at Rosen Tech. This is all I can say. So we had a cop. Whoa. Whoa, what the? Golfels, I think through what you're saying. Considering a chain of events this will set in motion. I will found a cell for this guerrilla war. Then I will recruit members, call to arms, and we start acting, even bombings possibly, to kill. What? Terror cell. No, that was not Goldfels. That was Nina. Or not Nina, Jules. So okay, that's the one thing they wanted me to see. Rosen internship. Mr. Themba van Biljon. Intern. So that is the name of initiate, but I don't really feel like the need to pull that information over, honestly. Okay. So then her PC, party, Orwell. See, as advanced as Orwell might be, it won't gather much from a switched-off PC. Goodbye, investigator. Soon you might find yourself in a position where you're wishing you had listened to my warnings. Oh, yeah? You think so, huh? So, his desktop, his So we really can't get her, even though we might want to try to get her. We can't, because she's not playing fair right now. She's turning PCs off on me. All right, so I've been playing around a little bit, and the night you saw, I tried to get into Catherine D's desktop and she shut it off, but I went back to some previous things and I was able to get her picture, and I went back to the Stelligan University thing because I remember she was on a notable alumni there. I was able to go there and get some more things, which unlocks some stuff. Also, Themba van Bilgen is initiate. I got all his information off of his desktop there, just so we know. But yeah, we got her in here, and I just unlocked. There's a website which says welcome, Mrs. D. There's one request waiting action: invitation to inauguration of Bonton Panopticon. Here are your personalized news. National Beholder negotiations in Triflis were resumed. Blah, 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 and her schedule. Sitting of Parliament, canceled attendance. Lunch with Fletcher, canceled attendance. Meeting with NSEC, she canceled attendance. Meeting with NSEC security. And then here's her personal phone, which we can now gain access to, probably. There we go. We get onto her phone's desktop and find out what she's been up to. She's talking to her mom. Or her son is talking to her. Can you lend me your car for tonight? Blah, blah, blah. Francis, blah, blah, blah. No means no, periods. Are you at school? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, back and forth. Being out late today, swamped at work. Thanks for taking care of it for you. Relationship with Ed. Blah, blah, blah. And all that stuff. You blocked the user. So this is your number, you piece of filth. Leave the nation and its glorious people alone with the poison you spread. Robert Blaine, Catherine, up for a quick claw in a moment. Triflet is going to fuck us up if we don't calm the situation down. Heading there. I need you to hold ground. We must go over the details in the meantime. Alright, call me. Well done regarding the bombings. Probably don't have to tell you how important it was that you contain this. Now make sure there are no more interferences, and it'll be the perfect precedence for the revelation of Orwell. Wanted bombings have been a real blessing. All this will make Orwell all the more tolerable, desirable even. Yes, if nothing goes wrong. In the meantime, I'll keep schmoozing Kassarth. The guy is such a nuisance. What the actual hell, Catherine? Do we have a fucking leak? Kassarth will crush me. I control the leak to the TNB. So she leaked internal information to the National Beholder. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. You better. Robert, regardless of what the TNB reports, I can confirm everything is under control. And I'll oversee Orwell personally. All troubles will soon be dealt with. Well, there we go. D announces resignation due to revelations. Announced after Orwell investigator finds incriminating evidence against her. Okay. Government cancels Orwell. And commission with erasing stored data permanently. Drives storing terabytes of data are now to be erased. Thought member Carrington released. No solid evidence on bombing and incitements. Carrington aims to renew thoughts. And investigator wanted for arrest. Investigator entangled with the activist group thought wanted for immediate arrest. Whether their home country will comply to extradition request remains to be seen. Well, disobedience I got for that. So, of insider information on a surveillance project known as Orwell. Okay. I wonder if I can, like, delete these things here. I guess not. Can't delete them once they're in there. And that noise is getting annoying. Guess we can disable this. Is that what they wanted me to do? Don't know what they wanted me to do. Oh, can I reverse it? It doesn't say. You know, I have that administrator access, or at least I should have it, but it's not doing anything. Can I just like delete things? I mean, what do they want me to do here? I have no idea. They wanted me to pull that over? It's disabled. No idea. Is there a delete? What is going on here? Nothing is clickable. Wonder if they... No, that's nothing. Nothing at all. Alright, I guess they really wanted me to pull this one over. So, sure, I guess. Well, and that, my friends, has been Orwell. So, interesting, I guess. It was a very interesting little romp there. As I've said in the past, I think the episodic nature of it kind of ruined it a little bit, because I knew coming into the 5th episode here that someone was going to be revealed. It was going to be a sleeper thing. And because of that, Juliet being as quiet as she was the whole time, it felt like she had more involved in this than what originally had met the eye. And in fact, she did. However, it looks like, I don't know if she actually planted the bombs. I mean, she admitted to planting the bombs and getting them out there. So I guess she did that, but at the same time, we know that the government official there, that Catherine Majigger, was also not beyond reproach. So we got her fired, and we got Orwell taken apart. And I assume because of that, Juliet managed to get away with actually literally murder and killing people, if she indeed, in fact, did plant those bombs, or at least did tell Nina to plant those bombs, which it seems like likely she did. Now, it did mention in there while they were talking that the police had arrived at her apartment, but I didn't see any arrest record for her. I saw an arrest record for whatchamacallit, but I didn't see for Harrison, but I didn't see one for her, which was kind of weird because it did strongly suggest that she had been picked up by the police. But I guess I didn't get it correct as far as what her address was going to be, where she was staying at. So I don't know. It's one of those things where I really don't know what happened at the end there. It's kind of open-ended. That said, this episode I didn't like as much as I liked the other episodes. At first, when it said, "Oh, you got 20 actions to do, make them good actions," I was like, "Oh, that's a pretty good idea." But then I realized that kind of shines a big bright light on the one glaring flaw in this whole game, which is that you really don't have the freedom to go do investigation. Even though you're the investigator, you're really just being led along by the arm. Like you have to find that one little nugget of information somewhere that will get you unlocked for the other stuff. And so when they put a specific limit on how many data chunks you could upload, it became more of a, it was kind of throwing that in your face, like, hey, yes, guess what? There's only one path forward, and congratulations, go. It felt like those old school point and clicks where it was you're going on a pixel hunt, trying to find the one thing on the screen somewhere that you're supposed to click on in order to continue the game. And that was a big no-no in my book. I think they as good as that, introducing that mechanic felt, because I didn't have freedom to go around and do my own research, it fell flat, and it made this episode really not enjoyable at all. And you'll probably see that in the fact that I've probably cut a whole swath of this episode out, because it was me just kind of sitting here like, what the hell where do I go next? What am I supposed to click on next? So from that perspective, I think that was the last episode was the weakest episode, even though everything does tie up really nicely and the story was pretty good, albeit a bit cliched at the end there. But yeah, I overall I enjoyed it, and it was, I mean, it's only $10 on Steam, and you get all 5 episodes. All 5 episodes are out now. You don't have to wait for them anymore. And perhaps you can go through and find all the little pathways that I did not tramp down or trollop down or trample on, and maybe you'll get your own ending that's better than mine. I don't know if there is a better ending. I don't know if I got the best ending. I don't know really where I stand on that realm of possibilities. But in either case, thanks so much for watching, everybody. And I will see you in the next series.